Episode 11. Sarah, I'm doing this for the good of the family. We don't know when your father will wake up, but the engineering team must keep working. This time, the deal with Lux Travel is a matter of life and death for us, so we have to use all our resources together to make sure we succeed. Jackson's face was full of confidence. Seeing this as a chance to punish Sarah, Tracy quickly agreed and said, I think Jackson is right. Sarah, at a time like this, you should stop being selfish. For the sake of the family, what's wrong with you making some sacrifices? Tracy had been slapped by Sarah and Alex yesterday. She had already started to hate them deeply. As long as she could cause trouble for her cousin, she was willing to do anything. If Drake hadn't stopped her from acting without thinking, she had already hired people from the underworld to teach Sarah a lesson. The other relatives of the White family also spoke up and showed their support. On one side, they wanted to please Jackson and his son. After all, they were the future leaders of the family. On the other hand, they wanted to push William's family out of the core group so they could get a bigger share of the benefits. Everyone's harsh words fell into Sarah's ears. In the meeting room, no one stood up for her. Sarah's beautiful eyes turned red as she trembled with anger. She had never imagined that one day she would be treated so coldly, and the people treating her this way were her own family. She couldn't help but look at Morgan, who was sitting straight on the board of directors. She hoped he would speak for her father. However, what he said made her even more upset. Let William stay in the hospital and rest well. Morgan's intention was very clear. He was supporting Jackson. Sarah's face turned pale. All the color had disappeared from her face. Her grandfather's words were like the final judgment for her father. Their family had no chance left to turn things around. That's all for today. Meeting dismissed. Morgan slowly stood up and left the room. Jackson also stood up, but he walked towards Sarah and looked down at her, and he said proudly, Sarah, do you still dare to go against me? Shameless. She gritted her teeth, her eyes red. It doesn't matter if I'm shameless. Didn't you see that even grandfather is standing on the side of someone shameless like me? Jackson laughed loudly. Inside the family, Morgan was like God. As long as he made a decision, even if it was wrong, the Whites would still follow it. You'd better go home quietly and work as a delivery boy with your useless husband. That's what suits you. Her cousin sneered and left while humming a song. Sarah couldn't hold back anymore. When the meeting room became empty, she leaned on the table and began to cry. In the evening, Alex came home early. He put rice in the cooker and got ready to pick up his wife, but when he opened the door, he saw her already standing there. Why did you come back so early? Alex asked normally. Sarah didn't reply. Alex looked up and felt something was wrong. Her eyes were red, and she smelled strongly of alcohol. Did she drink? Alex frowned. In 3 years of marriage, Sarah had barely touched alcohol. Why did she smell like this today? She walked into the house in a daze and sat on the sofa. Alex became very worried. Just as he was about to speak, Kylene came out of the bedroom. Sweetheart, what happened? Who made you upset? When Sarah saw her mother, she couldn't control herself anymore. She hugged her and cried hard. Darling, who made you upset? Tell Mom, was it that useless husband of yours? Kylene immediately thought Alex had made her daughter angry. Sarah shook her head while crying. I have disappointed Dad. What happened? Then she slowly told the whole story, full of grievance. After listening, her mother became furious. A bunch of bastards. I'm going to find them. Your dad is just unconscious. He's not dead. Why are they treating us like this? She was so angry she almost lost control. Their family was already struggling, and if their engineering team was taken away, they would lose their only source of income. Alex's face turned cold. William had worked hard in the company all these years. Even though he didn't achieve great success, he had always tried his best. Now that he was lying unconscious after a car accident, these people couldn't wait to hurt them even more. The way they treated Sarah was too much. But Alex knew clearly that going to argue with Jackson would only bring humiliation. No one could go against Morgan's decision. So he tried to calm his mother-in-law. "Mom, please calm down first. About this matter, calm down." She turned and glared at him angrily. "If you weren't so useless, we wouldn't be treated like this?" "Mom, don't blame Alex. Your daughter is the useless one." Sarah shook her head as tears flowed down her face. "Don't blame him. If it wasn't because he made our family lose face, your grandfather wouldn't be unhappy with your father, and our family wouldn't be pushed away by others." She continued, "This wouldn't have happened today. It's all because of him. If this trash had even a little ability, you wouldn't end up like this." Kylene's voice was full of dislike for Alex. Sarah cried loudly. "Darling, Mom is right. I don't have any ability. I will handle this matter." Alex took a deep breath and stayed calm. He didn't blame Kylene because what she said was true. William being ignored by Morgan was indeed related to him. If he had to blame anyone, he could only blame himself for being a failure in the past. And Jackson, Alex's eyes turned cold. It was one thing to bully him again and again, but hurting Sarah again and again was like asking for death. After saying this, Alex opened the door and left. Then he called Rob. "Who was in charge of the Beverly Hills project?" Alex asked in a cold voice. Sensing his hidden anger, Rob quickly replied, "Sir, it's Maverick Barrett, one of our people. Tell Mr. Barrett that someone from the White family will come to him for cooperation tomorrow, and when that happens, I want them to be humiliated." "Yes, sir." Rob's heart shook as he quickly agreed. He didn't know how the White family had offended Alex to make him so angry. Alex ended the call and looked coldly toward the U.S. Bank Tower. They want to join the Beverly Hills project and make the White family one of the top families, right? Keep dreaming. The next morning, Travis and his son, dressed formally, got up early and went to the Lux Travel building. Both of them were very nervous on the way because they had heard that many companies couldn't even meet the person in charge of Lux Travel, let alone work with them. So they were not sure if they would even get a chance to meet that person. After arriving at the building, Travis only mentioned the White family once. Then the front desk immediately arranged for someone to take them to the general manager's office. Jackson only reacted after they entered the elevator. The person in charge of Lux Travel had rejected hundreds of companies, yet he was willing to meet them?